Throughout the country, our vital emergency systems are being jeopardized by funding cutbacks. But there is something each of us can do about it. What follows is not a recreation. It's a weekend with the Virginia Beach EMS, the largest all-volunteer emergency medical service in the country.
Virginia Beach Police Fire and Rescue.
I just hit a lady on 19th Street.
You're at the Star Food Mart?
Yes, yes.
Okay, listen to me. You hit her with your car or what?
Yes.
All right, we'll send somebody out there to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
At 9:20 p.m., a call from a frightened motorist sends an ambulance to the scene of an accident.
Okay, what hurt you? What hurts?
Volunteer paramedic Rob Braithwaite treats the injured pedestrian.
Tell me what's happening.
I'm just scared.
Just scared, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you're doing fine now, okay?
Okay.
You just relax.
Vital signs, 138, strong and regular.
A lot of times you don't have time to think.
Respirations are 18. We're initiating an IV with ringers at the...
Talk to us, open your eyes.
It's basically a race against death. You have skills and the equipment, and it's what you can do with that skill and equipment in a short amount of time.
What hurts on you, hon?
At the hospital on this night, care of the victim is passed to Rob's wife, Ann, an emergency room nurse.
Hurt down here, Bertha?
Yeah. Pearson?
If rescue squad hadn't come, someone had picked her up and she actually had a break in her neck somewhere. They could have severed the spinal cord right then and there, and she would have been either dead or paralyzed.
In Virginia Beach, men and women with other lives and other jobs work 12-hour shifts for no pay, providing emergency medical care to strangers.
We have 635 rescue squad people, and I guess if you ask all of them why they joined the rescue service, you get 635 different reasons.
Believe it or not, when a little girl brings you a plate of cookies for picking her up when she broke her arm, that she and her mother baked, I think that is the best experience there is.
By the way, my name is Tim, so if you have started feeling any worse or any better, just tell me, okay? If he hurts you, you can reach up and slap him. Don't slap me, don't slap him, okay?
10-year-old Carrie Beth Smith hit her head on a diving board.
The first thing we want to try and do is win the confidence of the patient. By joking around, it tells the patient that we're very confident and we're very comfortable with their injuries and that we can handle them. She was in pain, but there was the sense that she knew that we were there to help, and there was a warmth inside her eyes just for us being there.
We're going to be okay. Mommy's going to follow in the car, okay? I'm going to meet you right there. I'll probably meet you there, okay?
I can't say enough to the rescue squad with being calming and knowing what they're doing, very efficient people. I have learned that kids, you tend to just let them go out and play and not think anything will happen. But just an accident can take them from you.
Fortunately, Carrie's injuries were minor.
That is probably the hardest scenario to have to deal with, is if there's a emergency situation involving a child. But luckily, this young lady turned out very, very fortunate.
Off-duty, paramedic Tim Pugh is president of a small retail company.
Working in a sales environment, it is a stressful situation. So I enjoy rescue as a way of rest and relaxation. You find that your mind is cleared. You're addressing the immediate issue at hand, and the other things are just unimportant.
Virginia Beach Police Fire Rescue.
My husband he's sweaty. His pulse is very weak. He's on the floor. I would take him to the emergency room, but I'm really afraid to try to move.
A call comes in about a 67-year-old man with a possible heart problem. Volunteer Dr. Jeff Slepin heads to the scene to help.
I just finished dinner and I was preparing to retire for the evening, and the call went out. The squad that was to respond to this, in that district there were no units available, so I took it upon my own volition to respond.
Mr. Boyce, going to start a little IV just in case we need to give you some medicine.
The whole time you ride into the hospital, you're thinking what you're going to do. You have to get the steps in your head. You know how much oxygen you're going to give them, where the oxygen is, where the masks are. When you get calls like that, they can be fine. They can be talking to you, and within 30 seconds, they can stop breathing and stop having a heartbeat.
Computer systems analyst Jay Johns is on duty as a cardiac technician.
I do this because I love it. I don't really get any money for this. What I get is the satisfaction of knowing somebody is not as bad as they could have been as a result of something that I knew how to do. This is my fun. This is like going to the playground for a little kid. I enjoy every minute I do it.
1, 2, 3.
Tonight, Ed Boyce is having a digestive problem.
It seems to be doing a lot better now. I'm glad you called us.
I knew something was wrong. I'm glad we have the rescue squad. It gives you a great peace of mind to know that they are available, you know, and that you can call on them.
It's darn hard work, and it's something which is difficult to do. So the dedication and the commitment to make this happen is incredible. They have a sincere wish to take care of sick and injured people, and I think that they approach it from the standpoint that they take care of them like they're their family.
I like being out in the street. I like being in the field. My parents kept asking me this question the entire time while I was in my late teens. Why do you want to do this? And I still couldn't give them an answer. It's just something inside of me that says, I've got to do it.